Hello, early birds. How are you? We are here. We are starting half an hour later. I got up, 7:20 this morning, but I was like, yeah, no, we're not starting at 8 o'clock. Plus, there were plenty of things I had to do between 7:20 and right now, because we were just, working right up to the minute. But we've been working. Look at what I have there. It's already there. But we changed it, didn't we? We changed our look. Not only did we change our chalkboard, but we even changed our look of what we have on it. So we have day 85 in a rectangle. The classroom is down here. Early birds, it's all set. There's only one thing that's missing. We're going to do that in our classroom engagement. All new times. Nobody needs to get up when it's still dark. But I had this orange one. I have an orange one, I have yellow ones, and I have plain ones. And we'll probably do something with the plain ones sometime in our classroom engagement. But that's what we are talking about today. Classroom engagement hasn't even seen this yet. So early birds, you were the first to see the new chalkboard for our classroom. Okay. Oh, and I wanted to show you what else too. So you are also the first ones to see all the decorations. They were from Dollar Tree. And so I have owls and bats and don't you just love that ghost, right? And pumpkins as well. So $2.50 is what this costs plus tax, right? So under $3 for these, which is always a pretty good deal. I think it's a pretty good deal. I don't think that's a great deal, but it's a good deal. It sure is. I could probably get that for 50 cents someplace. But where? Where is the big question? That's the big. Is that your way? Yeah. Okay, let's get going. We have Grammar Jeopardy today, right? Grammar Jeopardy. I don't even know. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't even know if I know the answers. I should, though. I mean, I should know the answers, but like I should also have the answers in case I was like, cuckoo. Let's get going. I am so excited because we are really wrapping up all of our parts of speech. So it took us 85 days to complete our parts of speech. Plus a little bit more. Certainly we did a little bit more, right? And tomorrow we're going to do some wrap up. We're not going to conclude this book, as in put it on the shelf. We're done with it. But I'm going to be using our 100 Ways to Improve Your Grammar Skills from Scholastic. I'm going to be using this to sort of round up, making sure we've got everything we need to know for our parts of speech. And then we'll keep moving on. Still, we've got grammar things to do. For sure we do. But our parts of speech, we wrapped up in a quick 85 days. Whoop, whoop. Half a school year. I think a school year is 180 days, if I remember correctly. So not quite a half a school year, but almost, just about a half a school year. Maybe it's 160 days. I don't know. I don't remember. Teachers, call me up. Let's get to it. Let's just get to it. Okay. I would if I had my glasses on. All right. We really did complete our adverbs yesterday as much as we're going to do for the time being. So if you've kind of noticed our system of things, we introduce and then we kind of maybe reintroduce a little bit later on, or if we're ready to dive into it, and we never have been, I don't think, right? We introduced, adjectives, and then we dove into adjectives probably about a couple weeks later, really dove into them. But then when we really dive into it, we talk about it and introduce it. Then we get into the worksheets and we really do some heavy duty worksheet work, right? And then we kind of summarize everything at the end, towards the end, and then we move into a new topic, right? Okay, so we did that with all of our parts of speech now. So we sort of ended up with our adverbs for our last part of speech. If you remember, I didn't pull up our parts of speech, but I am going to pull it up right now because I know I can. I know exactly where it's at. It just sometimes takes me a while to get through the whole list because it's LMNOP. Seriously. Oh my gosh. What a dork. Okay. Don't ask me why I couldn't find it in my list of things that I've got. Okay, there's our parts of speech. So we have gone through, oh geez, that took a long time, didn't it? I could have swore I had it right there. We just had it the other day. What the heck? Honest to gosh. It was probably on day 84. Sorry about that. Why couldn't I find that? It doesn't make any sense. I don't even know. I don't even know, but I'm thinking, I can't stop thinking about why it's there on day 84, but not on day 85. I couldn't find it. It's the same little image. Oh, sometimes this job is so frustrating. No, I loved it. I love doing this, as you can tell. I'm doing it free. Thanks for taking advantage of a female teacher. I don't know who I'm talking to. But I do want to show you something, early birds. The sunrise outside. Look at that. Look at how beautiful it looks outside there. It's not nearly as beautiful on the screen as it is with your own very eyes, but it's a beautiful sunrise. Let's get going though. So we've got we've learned all the parts of speech. So what we're doing tomorrow is we're going to be just hitting all of the leftover rules that are related to the parts of speech and worksheets. Remember, I showed you those worksheets before that I said we're going to go through and just pound them out. So we've got linking verbs and we've got action verbs and we've got nouns and we've got adjectives and we've got conjunctions. We've got all kinds of things that are related to the parts of speech. Simple subject, complete subject, verb, complete predicate, all those things to help us fully say we've got the parts of speech down. Okay? All right, great. Now let's get to our let's get to the next lesson that we wanted to get to, which is comparatives. Let's get through our comparatives. Okay, so on day 83, this is day 85. We really, probably day 82, we started a little bit on the adverbs, went through a lot of it. Day 83, a lot more yesterday. And then today, we're going to talk about comparatives. So comparing, the suffix is er. See, when you're writing so that there needs to be something in front of it. So I'm writing a suffix. Remember, the suffix is something that we can put at the end of the word, and it changes the meaning of the word slightly. All right. So a suffix is something that we put, letters that we put on the end of words that changes the meaning of words somewhat or slightly. All right. So these are suffixes that we're putting on the end of words, er or est. The line in front of that means that I'm going to put a word in front of it. Remember, a suffix comes at the end of the word, so the word comes before the suffix. Hence, that line there before the er. The line there before the est. It represents that we need a word there. We need something that comes before that er, something that comes before that est. Okay? So the suffixes er and est are added to adjectives when comparing nouns. We're comparing nouns. So a noun like blue, right? Bluer or bluest. So a noun. Some nouns don't work. Light works, right? Light, lighter, lightest. But lamp doesn't work. Lamp is a noun, right? But we don't say lamper, lampest. Because we don't compare. That's not how we're comparing. It's not that we don't compare lamps. We might compare lamps, right? Here, this tree has lights in it. That could be considered a lamp. This could be considered a lamp, right? We've got all kinds of lamps. We can compare lamps, but how would we compare these two lamps? This one and this tree behind me. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. So, see, this tree has got lights on it, right? So it's kind of like a lamp. I could say this tree, I'm using this tree as a lamp. I can compare these two lamps. I would compare them on shape, first of all. They're shaped entirely different. I would compare them on the type of light that they give, right? One gives better light than the other one, right? I might compare them on color. But I would compare them not on lamps, but on part of their characteristic of the lamp. Do you kind of understand what I'm getting? So all I'm saying is that not every noun can be used as a comparator for comparing. Not every noun can be used for comparing, right? It's the description of that noun that we use for comparing. This is a printed shirt, right? It has more prints on it than another shirt. More prints. That's another way that we compare, using the word more. Or less prints. See what we're doing? So there are different ways, but right now we're talking about the suffixes er and est, all right? And you add them to nouns. Not every noun. There are rules and there are irregulars as well. Just like we had irregular verbs, right? Irregular past tense verbs, right? It's not run, runned, It's run, ran, right? So we also have irregular comparators, okay? All right. Here's a little bit more. Use ER to compare two nouns. This is called comparative form. So all we're doing is looking at the differences between using an ER or an EST. Let's look at the EST. No, let's look at the ER a little bit more closely. Okay, so there we've got our definition. Use ER to compare two nouns. This is called comparative form. The ocean water is colder than in the lake. Or I should have said maybe the lake. It was sunnier last Tuesday. Now we can see what we're comparing in the first sentence, right? In the first sentence, we are comparing the ocean water with the lake water, and it's colder. What are we comparing in the second sentence? It was sunnier last Tuesday. What are we comparing in that sentence? It was sunnier last Tuesday. Well, we see we have Tuesday in that sentence, don't we? And we're comparing it to a pronoun, it. What's it? It was sunnier last Tuesday. Well, it is the day. Tuesday. It was sunnier last Tuesday. It is the day. So we're comparing Tuesday to what? Today. Today. So even though it's not obvious, and it's not very obvious in that first sentence either, right? This blue is darker than this blue, right? This blue is darker than this blue. So we can clearly see the two blues right there. Sometimes, or we could say here, this blue is darker than this blue, right? Or the blue next to it is darker than this blue. But we could see the two blues we're comparing. It's clear to us the two blues. Sometimes it's clear to us what we're comparing. Sometimes it's not so clear to us what we are comparing. So what? We can figure it out. We don't have to be stumped by a sentence. It was sunnier last Tuesday. What are we comparing? What are we comparing? We don't have to be stumped by this, right? It's not a big stumper. We talk like this all the time. In English and grammar, we give these things a name. That's just it. That's all, right? And it does help us to think a little bit more clearly about anything we're saying. That's why we learn proper grammar, because it helps us communicate things better. Better, that's a comparator. That's a comparator. Better than what? Better than what? It helps us communicate things better. Better than I did before I knew this stuff. See, you could figure it out. Use EST when comparing more than two nouns. Oh, I see. ER when there's only two nouns. EST when there's more than two nouns. This is called the superlative form. I kind of get it, Dr. Feravich, but do you have an example? I do. There's our definition up at the top there, right? Use EST when comparing more than two nouns. This is called the superlative form. This is the oldest sweater I own. Here again, we're comparing more than two nouns. Where are the more than two nouns? More than two sweaters. This is the oldest one, right? If I had two sweaters, this sweater is older than the other sweater. The red sweater is older than the blue sweater. but we have more than 2 sweaters. So this sweater is the oldest sweater I own. This is the brightest red I've ever seen. That should be not the is. This is the brightest red I've ever seen. So what am I comparing there? I am comparing this red, right? This red to any other red. What red? I don't know what red, whatever red this sentence is talking about. Right now, I have to worry about getting that corrected on that slide. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, that's it. This is the brightest red I've ever seen. I like daisies better than carnations, but I like sunflowers the best. Oh, did you see what we did there? We compare daisies with carnations, 2 nouns. That is the comparative form. Better is the comparative form, but I like sunflowers the best. Here, I'm choosing sunflowers over daisies and carnations, and in fact, any other flower, right? I like daisies better than sunflowers. No. I like daisies better than carnations because I know what I like better. I know I like daisies better than carnations, but I like sunflowers the best. I love sunflowers because it's a saffron yellow. And as you know, that's my email address as well, right? It's a saffron yellow. Not quite the yellow that's up there, but we have saffron yellows for sure. That's almost gold, but that's it. Actually, that's it. Right there on that book. Right there on that book. Saffron yellow. Right there. That's it right there. Saffron yellow. Almost like a gold, but more yellow than gold. Okay, what else do we have? Let's chomp this up. Let's get this done. We have 15 minutes to play our Jeopardy. We have irregular comparatives and superlatives. So if you noticed, we didn't say good, gooder, right? I like this good, but I like this gooder, and I like this goodest. No. So do you see how this helps us communicate a little bit better? There's our comparative. Better than what? Better than we did yesterday, right? Bad, worse, worst. That is the worst morning breath I've ever smelled. What? Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Didn't you gargle this morning? Yes, I did. Of course I did. Before I gargled, that's what I'm talking about. Little, less, least, right? Little, less, least. I have a little bit of sugar in my coffee, less than I had yesterday, but not the least I've ever had in my coffee. Much more, most. I like to eat ice cream much of the time, but I like ice cream on a brownie more, but I like a warm, crispy brownie with ice cream the most. Far, further, farthest. I threw the ball pretty far today, but I threw it further yesterday. I'm comparing today's throwing with yesterday's throwing. But I'm going to throw it the farthest I've ever thrown it when I'm big. There you go. Now you've learned comparatives. Oh, Dr. Feravich, let's get to our Grammar Jeopardy. Grammar Jeopardy. Hello, Grammar Jeopardy. Well, okay. Let's do it. Again, I would like to thank all of the people who supported me. No, I want to thank teachers, pay teachers, right there, underneath on that slide, underneath Grammar Jeopardy, I have got the link for this PowerPoint. All you need to do is you just need to go to the Teachers Pay Teachers. I just had to make sure that I had this here. Our Grammar Jeopardy so we can play. Okay. Let's get our... I want to make sure, of course, that you can see the whole slide. Okay. Let's get started, shall we, kids? All right. Well, you have got to pick one of the categories. So that's how this works. Pick a category, Amy. Well, because my name is Amy, I'm going to pick A plus, A, and the for 200, please. Okay, let's see what we have. Choose the correct article. William stays on an kickball field near Connor, or William stays on the kickball field with Connor. So, what is the answer, Amy? Tell us. Well, let me see. I'm pretty sure it's William stays on the kickball field near Connor because kickball starts with a K, which is a consonant. Is that right? That is right, Amy. You have got the right answer. Congratulations, Amy. I don't know how else we play this. I think we just go back home again. It's what we do. Okay. So, all right, Amy, you go again. Well, since I was so lucky with the A, and the, I think I'm going to do that for $300. All right, Amy, let's see. You've got $200. Let's add $300 to your score. Mrs. Comp showed us a interesting picture, or Mrs. Comp showed us an interesting picture. Well, I think that it is going to be Mrs. Comp showed us an interesting picture because interesting starts with a vowel, so it has to be an interesting picture. Is that correct? That is correct, Amy, except for you didn't say it in the form of a question, and neither did you the last time, Amy. But since we didn't set up that rule, Amy, and since I don't have a lot of other voices, Amy, you can go ahead and continue. Okay, well, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to try something different. I would like to try the terrific 2, 2, and 2. I would like to try that, though, for $100, please, Dr. Feravich. Okay, let's see what is under our terrific 2, 2, and 2 for $100, Amy. 2, 2, or 2. We walked to the cafeteria. Which 2 do you pick, Amy? Well, you know, I think it's about time that we tried a different voice. So I think I'm going to pick T-O-O. We walked to the cafeteria. Oh, Amy, I'm sorry. We need a buzzer, man. Oh, man. And I know I have a buzzer here somewhere. Oh, tell me I have a buzzer. No, I don't have one right now. I'm sorry. Okay, no, we got to continue with this. Stop that. Just because you're looking for a buzzer, you should have the buzzer. Maybe I'll have it tomorrow. Okay. Sorry, Amy, that is wrong. Oh God, was that horrible? Oh my gosh. But the answer is T-O. We walked to the cafeteria. We should have had somebody buzz in on that. Don't you know how to play this game, Dr. Feravich? You need a buzzer, and somebody else needed to buzz in on it. Let's see who buzzed in first. Oh, I'm so confused. Okay, so we've got, let me see. Bradley. We've got Bradley now. Bradley answered that question correctly. So Bradley, go ahead and pick from our categories. Awesome adjectives, terrific 2, 2, and 2s, amazing adverbs, or A+, a, and the. Go ahead and pick. Well, I think that I'm going to go with awesome adjectives. I'm pretty good with awesome adjectives. So I'm going to go with awesome adjectives for 300, please, Dr. Feravich. Okay, let's see what we have here. Nice voice, Bradley. What are the adjectives in the following sentence? The quiet students were doing their best job. Well, since we're not buzzing in for competition, I would have to say there are 2 adjectives. Quiet, first of all, quiet students. Quiet describes students. And best. Best describes job, the type of jobs that the students were doing. Very good, Bradley. Very good. It's your turn to go again. It sounds like your voice is changing, Bradley. No, not really. I'll take amazing adverbs for 100, please, Dr. Feravich. Okay. Amazing adverbs. Find the adverb. She eagerly answered the question. Let me think here. She eagerly answered the question. She eagerly answered the question. I'm going to say eagerly because eagerly has an ly, and we learned lys are pretty much always the adverb. So it's eagerly. It's eagerly, Dr. Feravich. That's what the answer is. The adverb is eagerly. That is correct, Bradley. Very good. And you are really running the board right now with a total of 500 points. 500 points. You are tied with Amy. Go again, Bradley. Okay, well, I think, let me try a, and the for 400. Okay, for $400, 400 points, whatever we're giving away. We don't even know. Choose the correct article. Dalton throws the ball to Jared. Dalton throws an ball to Jared. Well, I know we use an with vowels. So it's got to be the. It's got to be the. I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's my final answer. Final answer. Yeah, wrong show. Dalton throws the ball to Jared. You are correct, Bradley. You are really running the board now. That was for another 400 points. Bradley now has 900 points. Go again, Bradley. Well, I'm feeling kind of brave right now, and I really don't want to let Jennifer get in this game at all, so I think I'm going to go for terrific 2, 2, and 2 for 400. 2, 2, or 2. I want to go to music class 2. What's your answers? You have 2 answers there, Bradley. Well, I'm going to say I want to go to TOO music class 2 TWO. That's a better buzzer. No, Bradley. I'm sorry, that is incorrect. I'm sorry, your name's not. Yeah, okay, we'll call you Jennifer. Whatever. Jennifer, would you like to try this and get on the board? We're going to default to Jennifer. This is how we play this game. Sorry, Amy, you're out right now. Well, I'm pretty sure that it would be, I want to go to T-O, music class, to T-O-O. Yeah, that's my final answer. I want to go to T-O, music class, T-O-O. Jennifer, that is correct. And you are on the board, Jennifer, with $200. No, $400. I'm sorry. You're on the board with $400, Jennifer. Pick again. Well, I'm pretty good with, I think I'm pretty good with adverbs. So I want to pick adverbs for 400. Today we worked quietly with a partner. Find the adverbs, Jennifer. Today, we worked quietly with a partner. Let's see here. Today. We worked quietly with the partner. Today is our adverb because it tells us when. Yeah, but you forgot about quietly, Amy, or Brenda, or Jennifer. Jennifer, you forgot about quietly. We have the ly there. So today tells us when, but quietly tells us how we worked. So there were two adverbs there. Sorry, Jennifer. Nobody else had an opportunity to get that one correct, as you see. We're going to default back to Amy. Amy has, 500 points, I think. Yeah. Okay, Amy, go again. Okay, well, let me see here. I think I'll do some awesome adjectives for 100. List the adjectives in the following sentence. The hungry dog ate everything. The hungry dog ate everything. Amy? Well, I'm going to have to say that it is going to be hungry. It describes the noun dog. It tells me the kind of dog it is. It's a hungry dog. Very good, Amy. You're back on the board with another $100. I believe you're up to $600. Right? Yes, Amy. Yes. Count your points, Amy. Am I supposed to be keeping track of your points, Amy? No, I'm not. Okay, let's go to, what would you like, Amy? Awesome adjectives, terrific, 2, amazing adverbs, or A+, and A, and, or the. Well, I think I'm going to take awesome adjectives for $500. Wow, Amy, you are really going to double your score and then some. Find the adjectives, Amy. The quiet girl walked down the crowded hallway to find her 3 friends, but heard a loud bang. I'm thinking of dogs again. But heard a loud bang. You're confusing me. All right, Amy, I'll start from the beginning. The quiet girl walked down the crowded hallway to find her 3 friends, but heard a loud bang and turned to see the classroom door slam. Well, let me see. I'm going to start from the I don't have a country accent. That's Bradley who has a country accent. Okay. The quiet girl, quiet describes girl, so that is an adjective. Quiet is the adjective. Walk down the crowded hallway. Crowded describes hallway, so crowded is also an adjective. To find her 3 friends, 3 describes the number of friends she was looking for, so 3 describes the noun friends. So 3 is also an adjective, but heard a loud bang. Loud describes the noun bang. And turned to see the classroom door. Classroom describes the door, right? Slam is a verb, so it doesn't really describe the door. So that's all that I have. Quiet, crowded, 3 loud, and that's it. Well, Amy, I'm sorry because you forgot classroom the second time around, so it is now Bradley's turn. But you did a really superb job there, Amy. If only in your final answer you had remembered classroom, you would have gotten that correct. All right, Bradley, it's your turn. Well, okay, let me see here. Now I got a real strong Southern accent. So in my real strong Southern accent, I want to do the last 100. A plus A and the to introduce my newly strong Southern accent. Ms. Feravich. It's Dr. Feravich, Bradley, but okay, 100. Jasmine brought an animal for her mystery object. Jasmine brought an animal for her mystery object. Well, I'm kind of curious about the mystery object myself. The object would be an because animal starts with the vowel A, and so Jasmine brought an animal for her mystery object. But honestly, Dr. Feravich, I'm kind of more interested in what the mystery object is. Well, I'm certain that you are. However, unfortunately, we are out of time. It's 9:15, and I hope that you had fun. I did. With my voices, I challenged myself with my voices, even though I usually have this kind of really deep voice that only goes one. There's Bradley. There's Bradley right there. I don't know. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Jennifer. And thank you, Bradley. Let's give them a hand for playing such a wonderful round of Grammar Jeopardy. Who won? Maybe Amy, maybe Bradley. Jennifer, I'm sorry, you didn't win. You didn't have enough time. We didn't have enough time. It just wasn't fair to Jennifer. Now we're going to boo-hoo for Jennifer. This is Dr. Annette Feravich. Thank you so much for joining me here in the classroom, the early bird classroom. That was a lot of fun. Come back in a half an hour and we will be here in the Bookless classroom and we're going to get through a lot more of that Reconstruction book. That's what she said. Thanks for joining the teacher in the classroom.